Hello friends, you're welcome to 2025, a remarkable year for a great mind. In this learning series, I'll walk you through the process of designing a Youth Week program flyer. This creative design features a tone paper effect, an image, and engaging write-ups. As always, I've attached the Photoshop document file for your convenience. Be sure to watch the video from start to finish so that you won't miss any steps. Also help us grow by subscribing to this channel, inviting your friends, and engaging with our content. Without much further ado, let's get started. So right before us is a blank canvas with a width of 1600 and a height of 1720. I would like us to head over to adjustment layer and select a solid color. Now let's give it the color white and let's hit on OK. I like to delete this very particular layer, we don't need it any longer. Now let's rename this very particular one and call it background. So right from here, I would like us to head over to File, Place Embedded. Now let's select this very particular one and scale it up. Alright, let's drag to this very precise position. Now let's hit OK. So I would like to rasterize this very particular one just to make it a bit lighter. So what next I would like to do is to head over to my adjustment layer again and let's select color balance. Now let's drag this very particular one to this cyan, like -60 is okay. Now let's click on layer again. So now let's head over to our adjustment layer again and select brightness and contrast. I like to increase this one, and I also like to increase this very particular one to somewhere here. Now let's decrease this one, let's just reduce it a little bit. So I think something like this is well okay. Now let's click on layer again. So I like to group everything that is here and call it background. Okay, now let's lock it. Let's head over to File and open a new Photoshop document for our tone paper. Now let's select this very particular one and open it. Now let's drag this very particular one into our Photoshop workspace. So let's head over to our 1 2, this very particular one, magic 1 2, and let's select this very particular green part. Yes, now let's right click and click on layer via copy. Yes, so the reason of us doing this is actually to have another very particular copy of this very particular portion so that I will place my image inside. Yes, so what next I would like to do is to make this very particular one white as well. So I would like to head over to my this very particular gradient tool, and I would like to select paint bucket tool. So I will make sure that this particular faux color is white. Now let's hit here and then click on it. Yeah, that's it. So if you look very closely, you find out that we have this very particular green, little green from the edges. So I don't really like that one, so I will click on this first layer and then drag it with my nav bar upward a bit until when it is very clean and clear. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're good. So what next I would like to do is to head over to File and then place the image. Now let's select this very particular one and then place it into our Photoshop document. Okay, let's scale it up a bit, just a little, and let's hit on OK. So let's drag it somewhere up here. I think it's okay for now. Now I like to rasterize this very particular one. Let's rasterize it so that it will become a bit lighter. So on right from here, I like us to head over to our adjustment layer and then select black and white. Yes, so let's click on layer and then let's mask clip it into this very particular picture so that it will only take effect on this very particular picture. Now let's go back to our adjustment layer and then select color balance. Let's drag it down to somewhere here, of which is very okay. Now let's also mask clip it inside. Now what next I would like to do from here is to select this very particular image and also mask clip it into this very particular layer. So guys, you can see we're able to have this very particular image clipped into our word tone paper. So if you look closely, we already have this very shadow coming from the behind, of which I don't need any shadow again. It's very okay. I will not add any style to this very particular one. So what next I would like to do is to head over to my adjustment layer again and then select levels. So I'll also mask clip it into the other ones, and let's double click here, and let's drag this very particular one down a bit, just a little bit, and let's bring this one somewhere here also a little bit. Let me just drag it and make it a bit brighter. So yeah, you can see what we are doing right from here. So now let's select and click on the layer. You can see the before and then you can see the after. We're able to add a little brightness, more brightness to what we are doing, and this is well okay, it's well structured. So what I would like to do is to highlight everything with the exception of the background group, and let's group it and call it the model. Now let's also lock our model, and everything here is well positioned and locked. So what next? Okay, before then, let's unlock this very particular one and let's bring it down a bit. It's a bit upward. Okay, guys, if you notice, as we are bringing it down, we have this green at the edge, at the topmost area, and we have to work a little bit on that. Now let's select this second layer and drag it somewhere up. Rather, let's scale it up. Let's scale this very particular one somewhere up here, and we are good to go. So that green is still showing. All right, let's select that very particular portion and then drag it up a bit, just a little, and I think we are good to go. So what next I would like us to do is to start adding up our text to this whole particular document. I would like us to head over to our text tool, and I would like us to activate this very particular font called Alfredo Heavy, and I would like us to make this very particular one 75. That's the size. Let's hit on enter. Now let's have our write up, and let's call this one youth, and let's Ctrl J to duplicate, and let's bring it down, and let's also call this one week. All right, spelling error, week. Yes. So now as you can all see, here is our character panel. Right from here we're able to have 75 as a point, and let's drag this one down. So corrected this very particular one and it's okay. Now we're able to have this very particular one with that's the padding to -50. Same thing with this very particular one, we also have -50 for now. So what next I would like us to do is to head over to this very particular one called ellipse tool, and let's create a cycle. Now I'll click on an empty space and then hit on OK. So guys, I would like to change this very particular color to this very particular one. Remember, we have a default color with the color code 14A5A1. You can see it right from here, 14A5A1. So this is the color we are using for this very particular design. Now I would like us to hit on or move to, and let's Ctrl T to transform this very particular one and enlarge it to a precise size like this, and let's drag and then place it somewhere here. All right, I'd like to go back again to my text tool, and I would like to let's zoom out a little bit, and let's click somewhere here. So you can see that we have a bigger text size, and I would like to reduce it a bit. Now I'd like to give it a 5.5. And okay guys, I would like to use a font called Gotham. Let's give it a Gotham, and let's use a book. Yep. So let's write something like don't afford to miss this, and let's hit on OK. Okay. Now let's hit on our layer. Let's locate this very particular ellipse tool, and let's bring it down a bit. So now let's arrange the position somewhere I think is okay. Now let's click here, and guys, I like to bring the everything. Let me make everything to become all caps. Yes, I think we are good. So I like to click this very particular week and Control J to have another copy, but this time around I'll be writing 2025, and what I will have, rather let me change the font size to 12, and let's break it down. Now let's drag it above this very particular circle part, and let's enlarge it just a little somewhere here I think is okay. So let's head over to this paragraph, and let's separate this very particular one to something too. It's too much. Let's set -4. Rather, let's give it -5. Oh, still too not close. -6 is okay. So guys, I would like to go back to the character again, and then give it a color white, and hit on OK. Yes, we can see it here. Let's position it somewhere here, and let's change the sizing to, let's give it 18. Wow, it's very good this way. Okay. Yeah, I think we are good. So what next I would like us to do is to head over to our rectangle tool, and I would like us to draw a thin line. Now Ctrl T to transform, and rotate it just a bit above that. Yes, just somewhere here I think is okay. Yeah, I think I'm okay. So what next I would like to do is to head over to my text tool, and I'll be writing some few things there. Now I would like to write yeah, I think we are good. So what next I would like to do at this very particular word padding, I would like to give it 200, and let's see, I think it's good. Okay, now let's rotate it. Okay, it's a bit too much. I would like to reduce this particular sizing. it's a bit too much. Let me make it 100, the padding. Now let me rotate it a bit. Okay, I guess we are making sense. Yes. So what next I would like to do is to head over to my text tool again. Let's click on an empty space, but this time around I would like to change my font size to somewhere 27. Okay, and I would like to write celebration and hit on OK. So let me uncheck this very particular one, the cap, all caps, and right from here I would like to change this very particular font. I want to give it a font called Creative Diary Regular up, but the font is a bit too little, so let's enlarge it and let's make it 80 in font size, and let's bring this particular one to 0, and let's drag it somewhere up here. So the color is not too visible, but I think what we can do here is to give it another color, and I have a defined color code to use. I'll be using FF133D, and let's hit on OK. Yes guys, we are bringing in another color that will suit in the entire design. So okay, now I'd like to head over back again to our text tool, and this time around is not dairy. I would like to go to Gotham, and this time around I will use this very particular one, the book. Yes, so I like to start writing, but before then I would like to change the size to somewhere 17. I think is okay, and with this 17 I will write the whole details. So the program supposed to hold starting from Monday full stop, which is that should be 20th to Sunday which is 26th. So let's give it the same color code, and let's give it our 14A 5A1, and let's hit on OK. So for the sizing, just as I said, 17 is well okay for now. Now let's head over to rectangle 2 again, and let's create a thin line. So guys, let's click on this very particular one and then make it true. Let's bring it in here. Now let's click here and then let's give it normal light, and I would like to change this whole all caps to something like this, and let's click our layer again and let's double click into here and let's start typing our address. Okay, for the sizing, I would like to give it 30. Okay, I think it's a bit small. um yeah, for me it's okay. Now this is our pecan, and I already have my defined color code as well, 14A5A, and I would like to select this very particular one, and then let's drag it into our Word document file. Okay, now let's hit on OK. Let's drag and place it somewhere here. Okay guys, after too much arrangement, there's some hierarchy. Okay, now let's highlight everything that is here and let's bring it down again somewhere here. I think is okay. Yes, so what next I would like to do is to still head over to our rounded rectangle tool, and let's drag place something like this. So into our property tool, I would like to give it this very particular red color. Yes, so let me unlink this very particular one, and then this very particular side, let me give it 0. This very particular side, let me give it 0. Here let me give it 50. Let me also give it 50 here, and let's hit on enter. So yep, and let me drag something like this, and let's Ctrl J. Let's double this very particular one, go back to our layer, and then let's bring it up and up again to somewhere here. Yes, so now let's Ctrl T to transform and double click into the layer, this very particular one. Now let's double click and then write T, and let's hit on OK. So let's change the size to 10 as well, and let's give it color white. Yes, that's for the theme. So same thing. So now let's Ctrl J to duplicate this very particular one, and what I would like to do from here is to change this very particular from bold to medium. Yes, and let me change again to let me give it book. Yeah, I think it's okay. And let me uncheck this very particular all caps, and we're going to write the theme. So the theme is working in the light of God's glory. And let's jump to the next line and write the theme text. So the text is found in the book of the First John 1 verse 7, and let's click on OK. So let's change this very particular one, and let's give it to something. Yeah, I think it's okay. Now let's click on the paragraph tool, and let's give it 5. It's still too tight. Let's give it 4. Still too tight. Let's give it 3. Yeah, I think we are good to go. I love that. It's fine. Now let's position it somewhere here. Good. Yeah, we're all set. For this very particular one, I would like to go back to my character tool, and let me dress it. Let me just bring it down a bit too much. It's too tight. Let me leave it at -50, and I would like to give this very particular one 15 of size. Yeah, I think it's okay. We are making sense. Then I would like to highlight everything that is here, and also bring it down a bit. too much. Yep. So guys, we're able to have a beautiful design with a captivating spacing. So the next thing I would like us to do is to head over to file. So let's add some shining effect, some pepper effect before we go for the final touch. Let's head over to file and let's place embedded right into our folder project, and let's place this very particular one, and let's drag it to one end somewhere here, and let's hit on shift and let's expand this very particular one, and let's hit on OK. I like to rasterize this very particular one, and let's head over to the blending mode. I would like to give it a pin light, this very particular one. Yes, so guys, let's bring down this very particular opacity, okay, to somewhere at 10 is well okay. 10 is okay and is good for this whole thing. So the last thing I would like us to do is to actually group everything that is here. So now let me group text in one place, path in one place, rectangle tools in one place as well. So we're able to group everything in one place. We have one issues to handle here. So if you notice, these very particular ones has overlapped over each other. So I like to select just this very particular one. But before then, we have to lock this very particular shining effect. Now let's select this very particular one itself, and I would like it to go up just above here, somewhere here. And also like us to open our text, and let's locate the header, this very particular one as well. Now let's drag it up somewhere here as well, and let's return this very particular one. Now let's group these two. As we grouped it, let's call it the header. So, and let's also log this very particular one as well. So now we're able to have our effect as well. We're able to have the header part as well, which overlapped over the theme, and we're able to have the whole text we can see, okay, and we're able to have the shapes in one place, and we're able to have our icon also in one place, and the model itself in one place, and we also have the background as well. So the only thing I would like to touch here before the final touch, the final effect, is I would like to reduce this very particular stripe texture background. I'd like to bring it down a bit. Yeah, I don't want it to be too visible. I think something here, I think 60. Okay, let me leave it at 55. I think 55 is okay. So now let's group it as well. So the last thing I would like to do is to hit on Ctrl Shift and Alt on my keyboard, then E, to have a picture snap of the entire thing that is visible right in our canvas. Now let's head over to filter, and then let's head over to camera raw. So this step is very important. I always urge you guys to watch from the beginning to end. So let's head over to basics, and in basics I would like us to increase this very particular texture to somewhere here, which is okay. Now let's head over to details as well. Let's increase our sharp. Now not much, actually not much. Maybe let's just give it let's check. It's too much. Let's just leave it at 15. It's too much. let's give it 10. Yeah, I think it's okay. So that's all for now. For the effect, I would not like to add any grain on top of the whole design. So I like to hit on OK, and boom guys, we're able to have a powerful flyer at the end of the day. So stick around for more tutorials and videos such as this. So if you have any difficulties, any other thing that you would like us to have a video or do video on it, please do not hesitate to drop it on the comment line or chat us via any social media handles that you can reach out to us. Thank you very much. See you in the coming video. Bye.